Hello, Leo. Welcome to your September 2025 reading. My name is NiJiLL, and you have found Alchemy. Okay, I don't know if you watched your fall 2025 reading, but these cards were pulled from that. And definitely what I'm going to do is I'll summarize them. I go into into a lot more detail for September, October, November overview. So just I'll probably link that in the description box or the comment section or something. But yeah, also your birthday reading is posted, and that is 3 blessings coming to Leo with timestamps for 2025, 2026, birthday to birthday. Okay, with all that said, let us get started again here. Let me see. Let me move this stuff out of the way. You know, I always use a lot of cards. So as always, these larger cards, whether it's these down here or this one up here, I only take them in the upright, but I take note of them when they do come in reverse. And this particular card in your fall reading did come in reverse. And this is the infamous 3 of Swords. This is the very traditional 3 of Swords. And in this particular deck, it is only indicated with air. There's no astrological correspondence to it. It's just elemental. And this represents something you may not be healed from, or something that may not be healed in your environment. It could be between 3 people or 3 different areas of your life. This could be something major, or it could be just something disappointing, right? It doesn't have to be major for every single Leo out there. Nothing is true of all of us, right? And I am a Leo rising myself, so I do pay attention to this stuff. But this is something either disappointing or painful that is unhealed in your environment or between 3 people, 3 situations. You may have thought this was over. You may have thought it was at least on the way to being healed because this came in reverse. But you whip that right around. It is not healed. It is not anything it's not what you thought it was, put it that way. And to drive this point home, you do have the King of Wands coming in sideways, and we know the King of Wands represents Sun in Leo. And there you are, Leo, off center, right? You don't know what to do. You're waffling. Basically, this is Leo losing their shit. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to process what's going on. Part of you wants to go off, part of you wants to remain calm. It's something like that here. You do have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Some sort of deception here, Leo. Not gonna lie, you know. But this is Moon in Gemini. Now, in every other deck, it's Moon in Aquarius, but this is a Swedish deck. Moon in Gemini, deception uncovered. This isn't something that you either know about it already or you're going to know about it. So this isn't like going to remain hidden if it's hidden right now. And this is deception that's uncovered. You may have to confront it. You may have to confront it. Okay. You do have here the 7 of Wands. And this, as I pointed out in the other reading, we see that lion coming right out of the woods there. Mars and Leo energy, determination, not caving, being stubborn in a way that you need to be, right? Assertive in the way that you need to be, for sure. You do have here the moon coming in here. The moon is Cancer energy. Things are not what they seem, or perhaps not what you thought they were. Not what they seemed at first here, Leo. You do have the masculine card with the separation card here, right? You are leaning on your divine masculine, and this is whether you're male or female. What does that mean? It means everything a fire sign is. It's assertiveness, confidence, stubbornness. It is that kind of energy where if you were leaning on your divine feminine, whether you're male or female, you would be more nurturing, more sympathetic, more intuitive, and we're all capable of both. But whether you're male or female, you are leaning on that this month. That's for sure. And you're separating yourself from something. All right. And I can see why in this reading. I mean, there's something you're putting some space, and separating is a big word, right? It could be you literally separating, or it could be you just putting some temporary space between you and something that is really not sitting well with you here, for sure. There's when we add this up and we break it down, we get the number 8, right? And, you know, looking ahead, we have Saturn right here. So Saturn is a big part of your month, okay? And Saturn is the Lord of karma. So it's sort of karma's clicking in. You're also hard work maybe paying off in many respects. There's lessons being learned here. But karma is sticking in my head here for a reason, for sure. We also have two number sevens here. And we have two number sevens in a group like this. It's introspection, it's challenge, but it is also a reassessment. You are reassessing something here. There is something that you start out feeling one way about this month that you end up feeling a whole different way because of something that you either uncover or you see clearly, or something goes on here, Leo. Now, as I said, you have Saturn governing your whole month. Saturn is Capricorn, Aquarius energy, but more than that, this is, like I said, the Lord of Karma. This is lessons being learned. This is hard work. In some ways, hard work paying off, could be. Tough lessons, though, right? There's whatever's going on with it. If you're receiving something, this wasn't easy. It wasn't like you made a wish, went to sleep, woke up, and there it was. This was something that you earned. And it's been a long time coming type thing. But this is mixed with something else. It definitely is. So you have here the elephant and the target. The elephant, it says, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Definitely this month. You're going to leave this month wiser than the way you came into the month. And, we know that the elephant here is Taurus, Sagittarius energy. And we have the target, which is pure Sagittarian energy. So there you go, more fire energy. But you definitely hitting a bullseye. When my dogs might bark, and if they do, I'll pause it, or I'll try not to, though. It says a goal-oriented person. This may be something that you are definitely this may be a goal that you have worked towards. I mean, it looks like there's obviously more than one thing going on here. There's definitely something positive going on here, as well as something that you're going to have to deal with here. But you have the lighthouse, and this is a symbol of hope. It's a guiding light. You may have a sort of lighthouse in your life. This could be religion. This could be something that is bubbling up inside you. This could be another person that's guiding you through a really tumultuous time. Like I said, it could be your God, whoever that may be. You have these two cards, which is the Storm, and this card, which, I haven't really come up with a name for that, but this is obviously someone looking to just get away, right? So when I put these two cards together, it is avoidance, right? There is a storm coming, or a storm has arrived, and you, at least for part of the month, do not want to deal with this crap. You're like, oh, no. So it is a card of it is a group, two cards of avoidance of something, but I did think that that avoidance is temporary based on these cards here. Okay. You also have laborer, and this says your hard work will be rewarded soon. See that? Yeah, there is more than one thing going on here, and you may be whatever good thing is happening here, you've worked really hard for. You have the cougar, and the cougar is leadership qualities. You're definitely in some sort of leadership energy here with this masculine energy, for sure. It says you have come into your own power. Now is the time to take the lead of a situation and be strong, using the power of intentions. Be clear with your purpose and define where you are heading. I always look at the big cats like they are very fiery creatures, fire element like yourself. You have the tree, ancestry. It says family reunion on it. Mm-hmm. Your roots, honoring your roots. Yeah, so this could have something to do with family. This could be a family issue, for sure. There is a family tree here on the table. Now, this could be actual family tree where, there's problems within a family. There's things going on within a family. Or it could be you trying to figure out where is home. Where do I belong? Where's my true family, right? I know where I come from. I know those people, but where is my future family going to be? It could be, okay? You have here the number 29. Let me see. Which is, I am insightful. It says you are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures, and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. Yep, you are insightful. So if you look within yourself, you'll find the answers to something. I think that there is going to be something that you're going to be very intuitive about. That's how it's going to start. You're going to get that, your spidey sense will tingle on a matter here. You have the village coming up here, and the village is number 41 in this deck. And you know, you have the village, once again, like this card, is a family, it's a tribe. The village is mostly in this deck a mindset, right? And once again, you may be asking where you belong. Where is your village? Where is your tribe? Where is your tree? Where are you going to plant it? Once you come up with that answer, I think a lot of other answers will come to you this month as well. You have here the void. And anytime I get the void, this is limitless. I mean, that means it's going to be up to you. There are no limits to what can happen to you this month. Now, nothing may happen to you if you don't take assertive action, right? You could wake up day after day in the same situation until you take that assertive action. But these energies that are on the table is what is available to you if you decide to take it, okay? You have Q, you have A, you have R, and this could be someone's initials, could be a street name, could be a job, could be a company or an airport. Keep an open mind. One of them or all of them will mean something to you by the end of September. Here you have your 3 legs. And like I always say, yes, the legs could come in order or they could come out of order. It's going to be different for each Leo. Let's just look. All these cards, by the way, the larger cards came in the upright, which is interesting. And you know, getting this one in the upright is pretty good. You have the wish card. If you know anything about tarot, you know this is a really good card. This is Jupiter and Pisces energy. There is something coming. There is a wish coming true. There is something that you have hoped for and wished for a while, right? Something you may have worked on for a while that is coming to fruition here, for sure. You do have the 4 of Swords. And this is on this leg anyway, maybe because of this wish card coming true, you're going to have some mental rest, right? Rest, mental peace. Jupiter and Libra energy. This wish being granted is going to bring you some peace that you may not have had for a long time. You have these 2 cards coming in sideways, and when my cards come in sideways, you know that they're choices, right? You have the Ace of Pentacles. A choice is going to have to be made about this wish. There's going to be a choice made here. It seems like this wish has other things attached to it here. This feels material, but it also feels relationshipy, if that makes sense to you. There's something sexual attached to it. I don't know how else to put it. You do have the Knight of Swords, and you know these knights in many instances are speed, especially the swords and the pentacles, and you have a decision to make here on whether you have a decision to make with the Knight of Swords as far as speed. Do I slow down? Do I speed up? Do I stop entirely? What do I do? There is going to be a decision made. The Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity, something tangible, right? And it's in hand with something sexual. There's something sexual attached to this. And I don't know, maybe you're in a relationship and you're going to have this amazing sex life on this leg. Could be that simple, or there could be some money involved with a sexual situation. I'm not going to lie. Because look, you have the sexuality card attached to this leg. So there is a sexuality card attached to this. When we add this up and we break it down, we get the number 9, which is more sexual energy, you know? So yeah, either you're going to have a month, or I shouldn't say a month, a leg of wishes coming true. Really nice peace of mind, really great sexual energy. If that is what you're looking for, you're going to have it. If that's not what you're looking for, you're going to have it. Maybe you're going to get something that you never knew you needed or wanted, but there is definitely a high energy of sex involved with this leg. Here, you have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is pure air energy. And what's interesting is you have the Ace of Swords again in a different deck coming in sideways. Pretty interesting. It's coming up twice. This is powerful new truth. What did I say? You're uncovering a truth. You may be struggling with it because you have this coming in sideways as well. You may struggle with a breakthrough moment that comes from a decision. You're going to have to make a decision about a truth that you find out. But, you know, remember what I said at the beginning of the reading. You have this thing that you're dealing with. Could be family related. It could be. I don't know. But you also have this other thing going on, right? You have this, wow. All right. So you have the Page of Pentacles coming in sideways as well. You're struggling with something. Well, I shouldn't say that. You're struggling with a truth that you uncover. You also have this brand new avenue opening for you. This is pure earth energy. Okay. You have the King of Swords coming in reverse. And by the way, this is Mercury and Taurus energy. This King of Swords is Sun and Aquarius energy. And this is somebody, I have to tell you, this is an Aquarian. It could be an Aquarian. It doesn't have to be, okay? This doesn't have to be male either. This is someone who has imbalanced emotions, at least on this leg. This is someone who could be verbally abusive or manipulative when they're angry. But this is someone who is definitely dealing with this. Like you're dealing with this. This is in your energy, okay? Yeah, this is definitely in your energy. And we have, by the way, these cards are undertones. So you have the undertone of sexuality on this leg, and you have the undertone of temptation on this leg. That's pretty interesting. What are you tempted about? I don't think it's a sexual temptation. I think that you're tempted by something here, a truth that you uncover. You have two aces here. It's a very powerful new change. When we add this up and we break it down, we have the number 4. So the number 4 is Uranus energy. It's more Aquarian energy, right? Something unexpected. There is an unexpected thing that goes on. You're going to be tempted to react a certain way here. I think you're struggling with your reaction on when you uncover something. How do I react? Because even over here, you have the King of Wands coming in sideways. You're like, what? You don't know up from down. How do I react to this? What's the proper way? You may be being pushed to react a certain way. You may be pulled in 2 different directions in this situation. Okay, so let's move on here. You have the Wheel of Fortune, and like I said, all these cards, these larger cards at the bottom here came in the upright, and this is the ultimate luck card, right? It is Jupiter. It is fixed energy like yourself. Luck, opportunity. Sort of like I'm getting the feeling it's my turn. Here it is. This is what I've been waiting for. My luck is finally turned around. This is something you've earned. You have here you have the King of Wands coming in reverse. I got to tell you, whoever is tweaking you over here, they've been successful in pissing you off. Here it is, right? You were waffling with it here. You're not waffling with it here. And this is the 6 of Cups coming in right after it. So this could be a family member. Could be. Or it could be something from the past. 6 of Cups is your family, your siblings, your children, your parents. But it also represents the past, right? Your childhood could be, because you have all this family energy up here, right? Something from the past or related to family has you a bit out of sorts, not yourself. Not yourself. You do have the 3 of Pentacles here. And it is your wish to collaborate there is 3 people or 3 situations involved in this problem. Here with the 3 of Pentacles, you're trying to bring all 3 of these situations or people together to accomplish something. Pentacles are very rich in fertility. They're rich in common sense, right? They're tangible. It looks like someone has succeeded in pissing you off, but I have to tell you, be careful of how you react here, Leo. Just be careful, because you did pull the self-sabotage card, right? Wow. And you have that right behind you. You have that Pluto energy, right? Look at that death energy. As far as I'm concerned, it's definitely plutonic, but you have it's a warning. So this is something you could have absolutely change. When someone has tweaked you beyond belief on this leg, not saying they don't deserve it, but be careful your reaction, because I do think that something good may come out of this. I just think that you need not to sabotage the situation. I think, and look at this, when we add this up and we break it down, we get Pluto energy. What did I say? Do you see these skeletons standing behind this person? Definitely Scorpion energy. Death and rebirth, Pluto, transformation, birth, cyclical events, rites of passage, profound change. Profound change. This is on the table for you if you do not try to avoid this. Do not try to avoid this, but at the same time, don't charge in like a King of Wands in reverse either, okay? Don't do that. Either way, try to remain as balanced as possible. Try to remain as balanced as possible for this to turn out the way you'd like it to. Now, when we look at your challenges, it really doesn't surprise me here that you have the Page of Swords in reverse, right? When you look at the Page of Swords, it's Mercury and Aquarius energy. It's a message or communication that is unwanted and not welcome. You're not happy. Somebody pisses you the hell off, a message, something you find out. It's a challenge this month. You do have the Queen of Pentacles here coming in reverse. This is very maternal energy, but it is male or female. This could be a very selfish Saturn and Capricorn energy, very selfish energy. Somebody who is very, very motivated by their own wants and needs. You do have here the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is, Jupiter and Sagittarian energy. And it is, it's a decision. Do I speed forward with enthusiasm with this, or do I not? I mean, the Knight of Wands could be fairly manipulative too. You might say, you know what, I could change the dynamics of this and make it easier. Could be. It's not always the wrong decision either. Let me just refocus this camera. It's not always the wrong decision here. When we add this up and we break it down, we get ground zero, which means there is something that has to be rebuilt. And it's probably as a result of that Pluto energy, right? Something being demolished, and now where that stood, something else has to be rebuilt. Ground zero is a challenge for you this month. You also have 2 number 6s here, and that means that there will be at least an opportunity for you to end certain conflicts. It doesn't look easy though, for sure. Here are your opportunities for the month of September. You have the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is Sun in Virgo energy. Beautiful focus, a reward for hard work, which we've pointed out over and over again. You're being rewarded for something here. Definitely being rewarded for something. And you have here the 2 of Cups. You see how those 2 people look very happy? Yeah, Venus and Cancer energy, great. This is a coming together of 2 people, a wish for 2 people. This could be something involving a couple, or at least 2 separate things in your life coming together. You'll have the opportunity here to be happy. You have the Page of Cups here is in reverse, and in this deck it's a little bit different. You see how he's drinking it instead of offering it? Mercury and Cancer energy, keeping that cup for yourself. You'll have the opportunity to keep some of that happiness, keep some of that cups, keep some of that. It's for you. Keeping it for you. And what's interesting is when we add this up and we break it down, we get Pluto energy again, which is Scorpion energy. That butterfly effect. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's a caterpillar butterfly thing. You crawl into September as a caterpillar, you leave as a butterfly, but that chrysalis in between doesn't look particularly easy, I have to tell you. It looks a little prickly here. Now when we add everything up, we get Mercury energy. And the Mercury energy is important. There is communication that is going to take place. There's communication that you're going to have to oversee. There's communication that you're going to have to take part in, that you're going to be receiving. And for this to come up, it is very important. The way you receive it, the way you state it, the way you process it, it's going to be a key thing for you this month. As far as numbers go, there really wasn't one number that stood out. But neck and neck, we did have Mars and Pluto energy, right? And there's that Pluto energy that we talked about over and over again. And that Mars, that assertive masculine energy that we talked about way at the beginning of the reading, right? As far as signs go, Leo and Aquarius, neck and neck in this reading. But we have Scorpio, we have Virgo, Gemini, Libra, Pisces, Aries, Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, and of course Leo and Aquarius, which is the Sun, Uranus, and Saturn, right? Planet, the number one planet mentioned the most in this reading was the Sun, which is Leo energy. So we have the Sun, which is something will be illuminated to you and you will be in a power position this month. You have Leo and Aquarius, that might or might not mean something to you, but you being in a it's interesting because Aquarius is in Pluto. Pluto is in Aquarius. That is Scorpion energy. That is the planet of change, to say the least. Leo, came out pretty much twice with the Sun coming out and Leo coming out. So that doesn't happen very often, Leo, in these readings. So I would definitely watch how you communicate, watch how you receive communications, watch for something being illuminated to you this month that you may not have known about before. Yeah. There could be a little bit of a rebellion going on too by you or someone else. Don't forget to listen to your birthday reading. I wish you nothing but the best. Namaste.